Welcome back to a brand new video where today I'm running through my new track selecta, which you can stream on all platforms. If you like this type of content, then make sure you're subscribed so I can hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you. Alright, let's get straight into it. Basically, this is the intro. This whole bit all the way up until the 17th bar. That is my whole entire intro. So what I did was I actually found all the samples individually for my drum sound. So I found the kick and the clap and all the 3 different hi-hats. I had the snares looked like this, but I merged the snares together to create like one region. Then you got a percussion loop and then you got the bass. So the first 8 bars is literally just the drums. So I'll run through what each individual drum sounds like. Let me just make sure that my volume's good. Kick sounds like this. Yeah, it's basically just that the whole entire time. I've got 2 different claps. So the first one sounds like this. And then the second one sounds like this. Bit of a higher pitch. So then together they sound very nice. Then you got this like snare sound, which is like this. It just adds like more groove to the drums. It adds like more variety. And I have 3 different hi-hats. To be fair, I didn't really know why I chose 3. Probably because like if you only had one of them by themselves, it kind of sounded like plain. So maybe that's why I chose 3. So this is what the first one sounds like. This is what the second one sounds like. And then this is what the third one sounds like. I also got like a closed hi-hat and like an open and then like one that's kind of like in the middle, which creates that actually very nice noise. So that's literally the drums individually, is what it sounds like together. And then, so that's playing for 8 bars, and then on the 9th bar is when, these are the same drums, it's just when I formed them, they were all individual. So if I wanted like just one individual sound, I could still get it. If I just wanted it already like merged in a loop, then I've got them like that. So now I add in the percussion loop, which sounds like this. This adds lots of extra groove to the drums, because if I just solo all these, so this is what the drums sound like without the percussion loop. So still good, but when there's like that slight gap where the hi-hat finishes, just for even if it's like a millisecond before the kick comes back in, the percussion loop kind of like fills that in. So yeah, the bass and the perc loop is introduced with the drums for that rest of the intro, and then we go into the build up, which is 16 bars. Let me zoom out a bit. So basically you have, yeah, the claps and the snares and the hi-hats, and then you've got this vocal loop, which I'll play for you in a sec. I found it on Soundtrap actually, because I needed to find a vocal that just like it sounded good. So I went to Soundtrap, I found one instantly. So yeah, in the first half of build up you got the claps, the snare, the hi-hats, and then the vocal I'll play for you in a sec, and then crashes and sweeps just to like help different sections of the song like transition smoothly into each other. And then in the second half of the build up the perc loop comes in and the bass. But am I right in thinking that there's automation? At the end there's automation for everything, because as I'll play for you in a sec, there's this backspin sound that I found. So it sounds like you're backspinning the song away before the chorus is then introduced. And I do a similar thing in the second build-up, which I'll show you later. But yeah, this is the vocal. That's literally it. Because I found it on Soundtrap, it actually already had like the echo built into it, so I didn't actually need to add like any extra effects. But yeah, that's basically the build-up. I'll play the backspin thing. I'll just play it from this point. There's the backspin there. So it's like it's backspinning everything, so it's like the song comes to a pause or just gets much quieter before that like straight impact. So as you can see, the straight impact, because the automation goes from negative infinity straight up to the volume that it's meant to be at. And then yeah, I switch on the bass without sidechain to the bass with sidechain, which that's basically, yeah, it just stops the bass from clashing with the kick if they both play notes at the same time. Oh yeah, on the sweep, I really do not know why on earth it's called Lil Reverb and Delay Action. I made all these like effect presets when I was like 14 years old, and I just discovered BandLab, so I made a ton of different presets for like all the effects I need to just like speed up the production process. But they have some questionable names, so I'm not going to get into that today. But yeah, it's actually just reverb and echo, and you can't tell that much of a difference, but it does help the song all blend together. So this is the sweep without the vocals. This is the sweep without the effects. This is it with the effects. You know, I don't even know what is the point of me having an echo on here, because it's on 0%, it's 5% mix and a 16th beat. There may as well, there's actually like no echo on it. So yeah, now the build-up's over, we drop into the chorus, 54 seconds into the song, which I was actually really proud of, because I took inspiration from so many like UK garage artists at the moment, and like garage DJs and stuff, or like the modern wave of garage. And basically I was like, well, they've got like longer songs than like, obviously the typical ones like 3-ish minutes, whereas they would have like 4, 5, 6 minutes of like the song. So I thought I'd try do that, because all my songs are like 2 minutes, but it's just also so much easier to mix with lots of song, because there's so many different opportunities for mixing, for DJing. And sometimes I'd mix my old songs with a new garage song, but I'd have to loop parts of my song because it was so short, whereas now I have solid chunks in each section. It's like I have more opportunities to mix. So I was quite proud of myself with my chorus being basically a minute into the song, and normally it would be like 8-bar intro, 8-bar build up, and then it'd be like 30 seconds into the song, or like sometimes even I just have a build up and it's like 5 seconds into the song. So yeah, I was proud of myself. This song is my longest song. It's like 4 minutes 4 seconds, I think. But yeah, anyways, so the chorus has the bass and the drums. Basically the second half of the intro is the chorus, and then you have 8 bars in, because this is going up in 2s because I zoomed out. The percussion loop is introduced, just providing more groove for the song. And then from 49 till 65 is the second half of the chorus, where I introduced this new melody. The instrument is chip. Is it chip tune or chip tune? Let's just call it chip chords. Okay, so basically these notes, they're like, I guess, designed to be played as chords, but oh my god, it's gotten really dark. I'm gonna have to put my light on. So yeah, I guess they're like designed to be played as chords, but they actually sound really good just as like as a melody. So I'll play you the melody whilst I go put my light on. Okay, so that's the melody. I formed it from using the first notes of the bass line and then using steps to go up the scale and then back down the scale. Which looks like this. And basically it just adds something different, because I found that, like, especially my song before this, Back to Basics, was actually just the drums and the bass, and I felt like it was very plain, but I also like didn't know what to add. But now I found a way of making melodies when I'm stuck. I'm actually like proud of it. So now in my future songs I'll be able to have more elements than just the bass and the drums, because I'll actually know, oh yeah, I can add this as like a melody or a counter melody. So yeah, that is the chorus. It's that, yeah, the selecta vocals come in, you still got the bass, the perc loop, all the drums, so it sounds like this. I do not remember turning that up to 3.3. Did it start the video as 3.3? Can't remember. So that is the rest of the chorus, and then from the 65th bar of the song, we're a minute and a half into it now. It's kind of like this 8 bars, yeah, hold on, 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's like 8 bars of just like post-chorus, I think you could call it. So the bass cuts out for a bit, so it's just the melody and then the full drums. And then halfway through, the bass comes back in. Wait, I forgot to mention something to do with the bass. Basically, it goes... I forgot that I did this. It starts off, yeah, in G and G sharp, but then it goes into F and G sharp. Basically, the difference is it just goes lower in pitch. And that just kind of just adds variation, because otherwise the song would be like quite boring without like pitch and octave changes. So it sounds very nice with the melody. And then here we go. Here is from the 73rd bar, another 16 bar build up. Now I get to explain to you, instead of doing a backspin, I used a different sound, but I still cut all the volume. So I, instead of using automations, changed the volume. I, for some reason, just like clicked on the sound and then just adjusted like this. You know, it's just so much simpler to do it using automation and moving the dots around. And as you can see, I started doing that, but then gave up. I really don't know why. It looks kind of ugly. But what I did is, that's different in this build up, is, you know how in the first build up it just sounds like this, and then it's just a bit empty. Like there's a whole bit of silence in this bit over here, like the claps where this little bar is, there's that bit of silence. So instead to fill in that silence, what I did was I chopped up the melody to have the first bit and the end bit. So now when it plays, it sounds like this. So it just adds like more variation. You're like, oh, something's about to happen, and then, oh my god, the song, and all that stuff. That happens again over here. The bass comes in. All the crashes, so oh my god, something's about to happen. The volume's about to drop. And then the chorus hits. Basically, that's like one of the most famous sounds in dance music. Here you go, here's a history lesson. Basically, it's called like the amen break or amen break, however you want to say that word. But basically, it's used a lot in jungle music. That's the type of D&B. But jungle music. Basically, it's just used in so many different songs in so many different ways. So I thought to add variation to the build-up, instead of doing a backspin, I'd play this sound. And then yeah, everything still drops in volume so that this sound is more prominent. And then yeah, the chorus hits, you've got the kick comes back. It starts off with full drums, so you know how last time it just started off with the like basic drums and the bass. Now it starts with the percussion loop as well, so it's got like more progression in the song. Yeah, you've got the vocals all throughout as well, whereas in the first chorus there was no vocals at the start. So it's like signs of progression, because always it's like the second chorus is always kind of meant to be better than the first chorus. So did that with this one. Halfway through the chorus there's that melody again. And then yeah, the rest of the chorus finishes basically the same as before. And now we go into the outro. So yeah, now we're 3.5 minutes into the song. This song would, like, if I was still making short songs for like people's attention spans, then it would have finished like a minute ago. But I thought of making this song to help with DJing rather than just so people would stream it more, because it's got like less of time, because it's got like less of a time length, because it's like shorter in length. I do not know how to word this. So to go to the outro, I just cut out this melody. So the last time this melody was used was in the last chorus. Here's the outro. Just cuts back to basically what the intro sounded like, but it's got the percussion loop, which the intro did have. Now percussion loop's gone, vocals coming up. And that's the song. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so I can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Bye.